Hello folks, I'm Ed Overstreet. Welcome again to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel. Yesterday I made a video time-lapse um, process that I use, and a couple of things occurred to me after I made the video, and a big boo-boo. Um, One is I want to make sure everyone knows where to find the image and process container. I really messed that one up. And then what else was there? Oh yeah, I inverted the curve when I used IMPPG, and so I really didn't want to have a time lapse with a black background. It's nice on time, and I don't like to do an inverted, use inverted, because I want the black to be black and the lighter colors to be lighter colors. And when you use an inverted curve, it just reverses, flips everything. It has kind of a cool look. You might try it. I have. I'm just not a fan of it, and that's just personal preference. And we're back again to having personal preferences. But what I was going to do is I was going to show you just a very quick down and dirty how to do linear fit with nothing else in the processing. Just linear fit your images when you do a batch processing of a time lapse, so that you can match your exposures. And again, that's a problem with time lapses, is that you get different variations of exposure throughout your time lapse as the sun moves through the sky, and you're clicking along one right after the other. And sometimes thin layers of clouds pass through. But at any rate, whatever causes it, I know that there's never been any time lapses that I've done where all the exposures were exactly the same. And so it bothers me. And I figured out how to do that in Lightroom by using match total exposures. It's in the library module. And, uh, and it works fine on every image but astro imaging images. Well, we're just going to shut this off. And, uh, and I figured out how to do a tweak to make it work. But it sometimes does, it sometimes doesn't, and I just wasn't going to go down that rabbit hole. So we're going to go back. We're just going to do linear fit. Short video, promise, and then I'll shut up. So let's head over there now and take a look at it. Okay, well, we don't want that. Hang on just a minute. We want to go right into my screen. Let's see. I'm never prepared. I can sing while we're waiting. All right. So after I do a sharpen using curves and deconvolution in IMPPG, then I do a rough alignment, and it's not a rough alignment. I just do an alignment and align all the images the same as registry, and so it will initiate some kind of a little crop, depending on how good I was at manipulating the mount while we were taking these time lapses. Then I open them up I open up one image in PixInsight, and I make the changes I want to make. And I did a little unsharp mask. I ran a curves transformation where I raised the red channel and lowered the green and the blue to get this sunlight look. And again, you can play around with that, get it to taste. I added some saturation to it, and then I cropped it. And after I did that, then I would drag this triangle over to my desktop. And by the way, you can find the process container. That's easy to find. It's in processes. And just go down here, and it's right here. But the image container is a little more difficult to find if you haven't looked for it in a while. But you can find it by going to process and go down here to image container. I was just looking through all these yesterday and I couldn't, all these processes, and it ain't there. So it happens to be right here. And you can also right click on your desktop and there's the image container. So if you're looking for the image container, there she be. I'm so used to having my icons come up, my process icon, I never have to look for it and I forget where stuff is. And it never shows up until I'm doing one of these videos and I'm showing you where you can find it, and then I don't know. So at any rate, that's where it is. So what you do is you load all of your files, and I loaded those from the ones I aligned. So I loaded my aligned files into the image container. I changed the file name. I didn't need to have the date and the time. And I picked a directory where I wanted to save all the files that have been colorized and linear, not linear fit yet, colorized. Forget I said linear fit. Forget that. That's the last thing you do before you make your movie. Linear fit is the last thing you do before you make your movie. Okay. And now we're going to do linear fit. So we can close this box and then you execute it. And you execute it by dragging this triangle on top of right here. And when you do that, then all of these settings are applied to all of these images, and it batch processes everything. Yay. So if you had to do it individually, you'd pull your hair out. All right, now we're going to do the linear fit. And we don't need to save this. Close anyway, yes. So in order to do that, and we can get rid of this little icon. In order to do that, go up to Script, Batch Processing, and go down here to Batch Linear Fit. I have been opening up the weighted batch processing script since Buck was a calf, and that's a long time ago. And I've scrolled down over this and did not know it was there. In fact, I better take some time and try to figure out where all the rest of this stuff is. I mean, what it does. But at any rate, so I want to do a batch linear fit. And it's fairly easy to do. You just add your images. And so we're going to go to, I set up all new folders and redid this. And so here are my new sharpened images. And here are my new aligned images. And then I just saved, just now, all of these images that have been colorized, cropped, saturated, and curves. So all the changes have been made on all of them. What I don't know, in fact, you can already see, look how the luminosity changes when we go, it's lighter, darker, lighter, darker. So and I applied the same settings to all of them. So and when you make your video, this gets crazy looking, and I pull my hair out trying to figure out how to get around that. So here's what you do: you load all these images into Batch Linear Fit, and and so there they are. I need a reference image, and I'm just going to pick the first one. You might want to blink through yours if you think that's too bright because it's brighter than the rest of them. You might want to pick another. In fact, let's just do that for the heck of it. Let's go down about in the middle and pick one about halfway. And so this is going to be our reference image right here. Well, you can't do it that way. You just have to go down through it this way and pick one. You might be able to drag and drop that on there, but I'm not sure. Leave everything else default. Rejection low to 0, rejection high to 0.92. Don't change anything but this. Change this to .jpeg. If you save it, it'll be an XISF file, and you can't load those into PIPP. It doesn't recognize them. So you can save it as a TIFF. It's too big. You can save it as JPEG. It's the right size for making your movie. And then we want an output directory. And so we're going to go to where we have our other new folders right here. We're going to create a new folder, and this is going to be 4 dash pics underscore linearfit. All right, so now we have a place to put these images, and that's where we're going. And that's going to take a few minutes to do that. I'm going to put you on pause because I want this to be a fast video, something I never do. Okay, now we're back in IMPPG, and we don't need IMPPG, but this is what I finished. This was after I finished running the alignment on this sharpened image. So this is what we're working with, except we've had it colorized in, I tell you what, let's bring it back up. I'm going to also realign this again. My dog's getting ready to bark. Okay, so let's load batch processing. And no, we don't want to do this. Pay attention to me. Tools, image alignment, and let's add our files. And we're going to go down to curves. And we're in the wrong deal here. That was yesterday. Yes. All right. This is our linear fitted images. We want to go to here and down to here. You can't use Command or Control Command A in on Mac and select everything. You just have to manually do it. Okay, so here are our files. We want a new folder, and we're going to go to and right click, new folder, and call this 5 IMPP hi. Okay, finally. We're going to select that folder, and we're going to leave everything else the same, and we're going to process this. All right, we finished running another align, so now we're going to make our movie. And let's close this out, and let's bring up PIPP. We did click twice, we only needed to click once. Add image files. So we go to the 16th. We got new folders, and they're in here. And this is our new image align. And so we're going to select them all. That's the plan. And open them in here. And we don't need that box to show us. We're going now to go over to animation options. We're going to play all frames in reverse order after they complete their run. Output, we're going to pick a GIF so I can put it in Astro Bin if it's decent. We're going to do 30 frames per second, and we're going to select maximum quality, and we're going to process it. Start processing. Take a minute. We'll look at our movie. Okay, it just popped up, and we're finished, so we can close that out. Fingers crossed. This is the moment. I have not played it, and we're going to open it, I think. I can just double click on it. Let's open it up. All right. There you have it, my friend. Friends. Well, it may be friend. I don't know how many. I was hoping that I'd get some more action on the surface. There's a little bit up here. but this is pretty much uneventful. There isn't a whole lot remarkable going on the surface, so other than this little issue right there. Um, and of course, we got some movement around the sunspot. So, folks, that's it. Linear fit. If you're going to do time lapse using uh, batch pre-processing uh, linear fit, you're going to solve your luminosity issues from frame to frame because linear fit will adjust pixels to your reference pixels so that each pixel has the same luminosity level, and that's a good thing. You need PixInsight to do it. Guys, have a great day. Catch you on another YouTube video. Have clear skies. Be nice to someone, and you'll feel better for it.